Hello guys, and welcome back to the Crypto County, the most realistic Bitcoin analysis channel on YouTube. In this video, we're going to talk about the key support and resistance levels to watch. I'm also going to show you guys the invincible resistance level that no one is talking about. We are also going to look deep into why the weekly time frame is the most important time frame for you to pay attention to. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So in the previous video, we talked about this bearish godly pattern which has its PRZ around the 43,600, and we also spoke about this diagonal resistance level, and we said that we wanted to see Bitcoin get a clear break out of this level, because you can see support, resistance. So it was obvious that a break of this level was going to, result to a huge pump for Bitcoin. So, and we got a rejection here also, a rejection there also, and yeah, so we got this pump. And right now, in my opinion, this godly that we're looking at on this 4-hour time frame currently is invalid in my opinion, because we got a clean break through this level and even got a daily close above the 0.786, which is the PRZ around the 43,600. So now, if this bearish godly is no longer valid, talking about this pattern, then the only other pattern that is valid right now for this structure right here would be the crab. And talking about the crab, you take your Fibonacci from the point X to the point A, right, to get the projection for where the termination of the crab is going to take place. So from the point X to the point A to the B to the C, we are looking for the D point. So that D point now will be the 1.618 retracement level, extension level, sorry. So that would take Bitcoin to the 50,400 range. So this to me is the only pattern that we should be looking out based on this 4-hour time frame. So that being said, keep that in mind. We have a PRZ for this crab at 50,420. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that out for you to see. So there you go, 50,400. That will be the PRZ for the bearish crab. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete the Fibonacci. And now let's move on to the bigger time frame, which is going to be the weekly. So now looking at the weekly time frame, we have this beautiful bearish godly looking at us right in the face. And the PRZ of this godly is around $47,998, as we can see right there. So how you get the PRZ of the godly? So price moves from X to A to B to C, and then you get the projection by drawing your Fibonacci from X to A to get the D point, right? So from there, which is the X point, to this point, which is the A point, you can see that our 0.786 lies at 47,800. I went ahead to draw a horizontal line to mark the PRZ. And when you're trading harmonics, you just don't want to trade them because there is a Fibonacci number there telling you that this is the PRZ. You want to look for confluence. So before you take that trade, that level, the PRZ must be a strong resistance or support level before you can take that trade. So if this were to be a bullish godly, so that's, let's say this is an M instead of a W, as you can see right here. So let's say if this were to be an M, then you want to look for a PRZ that has a strong support. In this case, this is a bearish godly, so you want to look for a PRZ that has a strong resistance, right? So looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that around this PRZ we got resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support. Let's move forward. You can see clearly support, 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 support. Moving forward, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, 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 support, resistance. So in my opinion, this godly PRZ is well defined, and not just because it's a godly, but because it is a well structured resistance level. All right, so keep that in mind. And also we have this channel, 1 touch, 2 touch, and projecting this to get a rejection where this resistance from this parallel channel is, and also this horizontal PRZ line of the godly. So now I want to show you guys the invincible resistance that no one is talking about right now. So let's just make this bigger, and I'll show you guys the invincible resistance, the cockroach in the cupboard that no one is talking about. So first of all, let's just put on the magnets so we can make this as accurate as possible. Then make that bigger, and then I'm going to take on this tool, this trend line tool right here. And guys, this is the way you find resistance levels before it gets obvious for every other person to see, right? So you need to always look out for these levels before every other person sees them. So I'll take this tool right now, put it right here, right? And then drag it down to this point, right? And then what I'm going to do is extend, I'm going to extend the right line, all right? So okay, click OK. Let's just change the color so that it's going to be easy for you to understand, because we have a lot of white lines on this chart currently. So you see that 1 touch, 2 touch right there. And then guys, just look at this. What it, like, how this amazes me. Like, guys, this is, look at this, right exactly at the point we are projecting this weekly, this huge weekly godly to reverse from, is where this, like, the confluence, like 3, now this is 3 points of resistance, right? So you got the vertical, you got the horizontal resistance line, the diagonal resistance line, which we just drew right now, and then the parallel resistance line. So for me, this is enough confluence to say, okay, this might be a good point. And I'm guessing no one else has shown you guys this resistance level. So yeah, this is where I'll be looking. If I ever want to take a huge short trade, this is where I'm going to be looking to take a short trade. So now, that being said, let's move on to the weekly time frame and see why this is the most important time frame to be looking at right now. So now, down to the weekly, I showed you guys this weekly pattern, and we talked about the PRZ, we talked about the hidden bearish divergence, right? So we said a weekly close above this peak right here is going to give us what we call hidden bearish divergence. Now look at that. We are very close to having a weekly close above this line. why is it a hidden bearish divergence? Now you're making lower lows in the price. So if the price gets to this point, which is the PRZ of this Gartley, you're making lower lows in the price, and you're going to be making higher highs on the RSI, right? So RSI is probably going to be somewhere somewhere around there, right? So the RSI is going to be somewhere around there. It's going to get a pump towards there, and then you're making lower lows in the price action. So this is why I feel like you cannot ignore the weekly time frame, because it says a lot. I mean, look at this hidden bullish divergence that we got right here, and then we got this reversal, right? So similarly, if we get a hidden bullish divergence, it's going to signal the continuation of the downtrend. All right, did I say hidden bullish divergence? Similarly, if we get a hidden bearish divergence, it's going to signal the continuation of the downtrend. So this is something to keep in mind. I would not take this lightly, because this is a huge signal in my opinion. So now, that being said, let's look out for places or signals that would give us a long entry or a short entry in the smaller time frame. So let's move down to the 1 hour time frame. Right, so the 1 hour time frame, you can see we're getting some rejections right now, but I don't think this is anything, because currently I'm seeing hidden bullish divergence. So this is the reason why I don't think we are going down right now, until, in my opinion, this is the only place that you should be looking for a good short trade, which is the PRZ of this bearish Gartley. So if I were to take a long trade, I think we're going to see this better on the 4 hour time frame, because we want to look for hidden bullish divergence if we're going to take any trade, right? So sorry, the 4 hour time frame, we want to look for hidden bullish divergence if we're going to take any long trade. You just don't jump into a long right now, because if you jump into a long, you're probably going to get wrecked if we start heading down from there, which I think is going to happen. So you want to wait for at least some kind of retracement back to this resistance, this previous resistance, you know, just to test this level, like so. So I feel like maybe we're going to get something like this, test this level, and then start heading back up towards the 48,000 range, in my opinion. So this is what I'm looking out for. And if we're getting a retracement like this, I want to see the RSI do something like this, right? So the RSI is going like this. So what happens is that we have a lower low on the RSI, right? And we got a higher high in the price, as you can see. So this is hidden bullish divergence, and this is what I'll be looking out for if I want to put in a long. And of course, you wait for 4 hourly confirmation, 4 hour bullish candles, you know, like an engulfing candle or a hammer, to put in a long trade. So this is what I'll be looking out for. If we break this level, I'll be looking for the 0.618 as a support level to take a long, which falls exactly at this white diagonal line. So I think this is going to be a good place in case you want to put in a long. But be careful, guys. If we break this support line right here, if we break this support line, if we break this support, this white support line right here, I think it might be bad for Bitcoin. It might be the reversal, but I highly doubt it. A break of that level might just be a fake out, and then we start heading back up, because I really believe this is the point where all hell breaks loose. So Guys, this is the analysis for today. I hope you enjoyed this content. Please don't forget to subscribe, tick the bell icon, and select all. I'll see you guys in the next video.